Inflation report. We're joined by Niall Stanage, White House columnist for The Hill. Great to see you as always, Niall.
Morning, Adrienne.
Good morning. The Putin price hike, as quoted by the White House, it sounds very punchy as a hashtag or a headline, but what does it mean exactly? Is this equivalent to the soaring energy costs triggered by the war in Ukraine, or is there more?
It is essentially related or central to the issue of gas prices. The argument is that the disruption caused by the war has caused gas prices to surge more. But it is more widespread than that, Adrienne. I remember you and I talking ahead of the crowd about the effect that this war would have on things like grain prices, food prices, things like that. So that's what the White House is trying to highlight with this tag. Whether that is politically effective or not is a whole other question.
Absolutely, and you make a good point, again, with the grain prices that we've been speaking about for weeks now, if not longer. In a recent ABC Ipsos poll, a majority of people in America blame President Putin, Vladimir Putin, for the rise in prices, along with oil companies. But are there other contributing factors that we all should keep in mind?
There are certainly other contributing factors. The supply chain disruptions are a major issue in this. Some economists would say there was always likely to be increased inflation as we recovered from the pandemic. But Republicans and Conservatives add to that the money that has been injected into the economy by the Biden administration, for example, in the COVID relief package. Now, that point is very hotly disputed between Conservatives and Liberals, but the central point here, Adrienne, is it's not just Putin. It's not just the war in Ukraine.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to give some perspective on that because obviously, you know, reading about it, it takes some time to go through all the different layers of what we're all going through as a nation, as a world. But President Biden, he's certainly between a rock and a hard place again, between the war and the effects of the pandemic. How can he win points with voters as we near the midterms?
Well, it's very difficult. I mean, you mentioned the idea of going through layers to find out what's going on here. There's an old expression in politics that if you're explaining, you're losing. In other words, that if you have to go through all those layers, that is inherently politically difficult. The White House is trying to emphasize that President Biden understands people's pain. Jen Psaki yesterday was talking about the legislative proposals that could be passed to reduce the price of prescription drugs or childcare. And overall, the administration is also trying to highlight the brighter spots in the economy. That's what they're trying to do. It's all a heavy lift because of these massive inflation numbers.
Right, absolutely. And there are bright spots. We never want to lose sight of the fact that there's always something cheery. But Niall, there are a lot of harsh realities for Americans, right? Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.